Directed by Richard Danis in 1992, No Place to Hide was also his directorial debut and only directorial movie, or anything he directed at all. He went on to write a number of episodes for Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, and The Next Generation. And that's the information I can find on him on the fly. Um, no Place to Hide is nowhere near as bad as some people make it out to be, in my personal opinion. Yes, it's a bad movie. Yes, it's pretty terrible. Yes, it's arguably Drew Barrymore's worst performance. She phones it in the movie hard. And I do mean hard. She phones that fucker in so fucking hard. It's unbelievably bad. How bad her performance is. She plays a 14-year-old, but she's not. By the time as anyone listen or regular watchers the Moviedrone will know, she was 14 a few years earlier in another movie which I did last week, which had a surprisingly decent cast. The most interesting thing about this movie is the fact it does have a quite a top level drawn cast in a number of places. But then you've got also O.J. Simpson. Everybody's favourite murderer, O.J. Simpson, in a fucking wheelchair, playing a guy in a wheelchair. But a shame he didn't have a wheelchair in real life. It might have stopped it before he went and done what he did. It might well have stopped him killing two people, or murdering two people, or allegedly murdering two people. We know he did it. Allegedly murdered two people. We know he did it. But here's the thing: he still does a good job of taking out one guy and almost killing another guy. While in that wheelchair. So, spoiler alert. So, there's that. Martin Landau is actually very good in this. He's the only one who doesn't seem to actually be pretty pissed off he's in the movie. He does a bloody good job, to tell the truth, compared to a lot of the other actors who just seem to be collecting a paycheck. Particularly Chris Christopherson. Quite frankly, just looks like he wishes he was somewhere else half the movie. Why in the hell he's doing this movie without his famous moustache is anybody's bloody guess. He actually looks bloody weird without the moustache. It's not surprising to see why he usually has the moustache to begin with. It made him more charismatic, which is all gone in this movie, by the way. His charisma is all gone, and I partly blame the fact he doesn't have his fucking famous moustache is the reason why his charisma is all gone in the movie. He's still an interesting character, don't get me wrong. But for horror fans of Moviedrone out there, you'll be interested to know the best reason to watch this movie outside of Drew Barrymore phoning her worst performance ever is it starts off as a giallo. Yes, these first few minutes of the movie, you'll be fooled into watching. You're actually watching a giallo. There's this whole ballerina. There's a whole ballerina scene, which is actually admittedly very well made. Quite well made. A ballerina getting murdered, and quite viciously as well. But you'll have to watch the movie to find out exactly what I'm talking about. But it's very giallo light. There's also the fact that it shows there's bits of that she could well be being hypnotised as the reason why because she doesn't fight back when she's getting murdered. Also, here's a spoiler: she doesn't get fight when she's getting murdered, but she's getting viciously murdered as well. As I said, this isn't some PG-13 BS going on here. She does get viciously murdered in the first few minutes of this movie. Jesus Christ, I mean, not Drew Barrymore, she survives the whole thing. Oh, no spoiler. Another interesting thing that will interest some people out there is the fact that the nun from Silent Night Deadly Night, the original Silent Night Deadly Night is in this movie, playing Drew. She comes into it much later, playing a nun who Chris Christopherson gives to her, Drew Barrymore to her to protect her because she's a nun. Anyway, obviously Chris Christopherson isn't much of a movie buff because we'd see him Silent Night Deadly Night beforehand. He would never have given her in a million years to Drew Barrymore to look after. Drew Barrymore but it looks after protect Drew Barrymore would not have happened in a million years. So there you go. There's that. Also look out for a drunk driver, which is gives Pat Stone Chris Christopherson decided to help Drew Barrymore with her phoned-in performance, since the flashback sequence is so badly acted by Chris Christopherson. I'm honestly surprised. It's not the guy just forgot how to act, or it could be it's that famous moustache again. It's that famous moustache. something was taken away from him. The power he's acting, but not that he's a great actor anyway. But the power he's for sarcasm purposes, the power he's acting seemed to just disappear completely when he got rid of that moustache, because he's a performance of a man who just found that a drunk driver has killed his wife and kids. His performance of breakdown and grief is so hilariously over the top and so hilariously bad. You have got to see this movie for that alone. It's in a flashback sequence. Trust me, you'll know it when you see it. Terrible fucking performance of Chris Christopherson. Good job, sir. Good job. Hilarious. Oh wait, this wasn't supposed to be a comedy. Fucking terrible job. For fuck's sake, Chris. What the fuck were you thinking? Oh yeah, Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder's in this movie in 2 scenes. He plays the drunk driver. He plays the drunk driver that killed Chris Christopherson's I can't say that guy's name properly. Same in life. He plays a drunk driver anyway. He's in 2 seasons. The scene he's in the first scene, he's basically being tested by the police to see if he's drunk or not. He's fucking plastered. Totally fucking plastered. Second, obviously, Chris Christopherson, late scene, when the movie turns into a complete rip-off of a certain Michael Douglas movie that nobody talks about, which may or may not be part of this season's Moviedrone. It'll make it for one of the seasons one of these days, so just as long as we're still here to be able to do this, we'll see how we go. But I don't want to ruin that, because the entire movie, the entire plot that this movie turns into is a complete rip-off of that Michael Douglas movie that nobody talks about these days. If I was to say that movie now, I'd be ruining the entire plot of that movie and this one. I'd argue it'd be best to watch this movie first, since it's more of the what the fuck version of that movie. I don't want to ruin it, so I'm not going to. All I can tell you is it's worth checking out this movie. Besides, the Michael Douglas movie is probably a lot harder to find, because that's why these, unfortunately. There's no place to hide. It's just down on the link below on YouTube. It's not the greatest copy in the world, but trust me, this is the greatest movie in the world. So why is it on Moviedrone? Because it's just so interesting. The fact this movie got made to begin with is just so interesting. The fact it's got Kane Hodder, the lady from Silent Night, Deadly Night, playing, in my fan theory, the same character she played in Silent Night, Deadly Night. The same character, exactly the same character she played in Silent Night, Deadly Night, which may have gave Martin Landau's character after hearing about the Killer Santa a few years earlier in Silent Night, Deadly Night, after the events of Silent Night, Deadly Night, he thought, that's it. Now I've got to do what I've got to do now to save us, all the rich people, save all the rich people from these vicious psycho killers and all these vicious crimes that are going on. You'll find out if you watch the movie what's going on there. But I think as a sequel in name only, Silent Night, Deadly Night in some form, because of the nun character. She's playing a nun in both. Fuck it, it's a Silent Night, Deadly Night prequel. Well, not prequel, sequel. It's a Silent Night, Deadly Night sequel in name only. And then of course you've got Kane Hodder playing the drunk driver. It's Kane fucking Hodder. Hilarious. That alone should be enough of a selling point for this movie to be watched at least once. I personally like the movie. I think it's so ridiculously dumb. There's just no way in hell I can not love the movie for what it is. There's scenes that are not earned completely. Like that, there's absolutely no way in hell that these two would end up on wanting to live with each other. They end up wanting to live with each other, not in a sexual way, creepy shit like that. Although Hollywood, you have to start wondering if that would happen. The ending is so fucking what the fuck? How the fuck do they go from that to that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's not even go out of the way to hide the fact. Of what's going on. There's tons of people here. How the hell can you trust anybody? Throughout the movie saying we can't trust people. End of the movie, don't you trust everybody? He might as well just said, "Hi, everybody, I'm alive!" at the end of the fucking movie to fucking people in the street, people walking past in the street. "Hi, everybody, I'm alive!" God damn, it's ridiculous. For that to make sense, you have to watch the movie. It just doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. It's like the script was written. It wouldn't surprise me if the script's been written when it was being made. Because as I said, it starts with a giallo, and it doesn't go anywhere after that. It's a giallo. When the first few minutes, you'll think, "Oh, giallo. Oh, I like this," and it just ignores the jello part almost straight after. There's one more scene with a sinister guy wearing black and with a switchblade, one of those things which I can't remember the name of at the moment. So I'm thinking 100 miles an hour. Switchblade. Every jelly killer loves these old switchblades. Sometimes use other things, but switchblades are a handy tool for killing people, I suppose, in giallo movies. You think if they kept with that giallo feel of the whole movie, it would have been a lot more interesting. You might even be able to ignore Drew Barrymore's worst fucking performance she's ever done in the movie. If I was ever to interview Drew Barrymore, ever got a chance to interview Drew Barrymore, we would be talking about this movie because I really would love to know what her experience was it, for why the hell she did it, or why the hell she found that performance so hard. Fan theory is because she's only just come out of rehab. Remember, this was Drew Barrymore during the drugs and drink days. So this would have been Drew Barrymore, 1992. Yes, it's definitely been Drew Barrymore still in the drunk and drink days. So it could be she'd only just come out of rehab and she'd forgotten how to act. Fan theory only. It's done by Canon Studios, by the way, which might help you to understand why this movie got made, why this movie exists to begin with. This has been must have been in the dying days of Canon Studios. Going by this type of wonderful cinema, which gets a 5-star on the Crapometer in a good way. It's definitely worth checking out, especially for that cast alone. Moviedrone recommends. You can see it on YouTube down there. If you so want to. After listening to this, maybe you don't, but I personally highly recommend it. Moviedrone, once again, recommends.